Hello everybody, I'm GXG and welcome back to this tutorial series. In today's episode I am going to teach you something about panning and cropping. Because if I drag in or material from the previous episode, so or rendered material, you can see that I have a black line over here, a black border. And I do not actually want to have that on my final render. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little icon over here. It's like two half squares crossing each other, and it's called the video event X pan/crop, and this will open up this window. And pan and crop actually stand for like moving around and resizing your image. And first things first, you want to make sure sync cursor is on, so that if you scroll through it here, you can also scroll through your video material at the same time over there right top. And make sure this is at the very start of your timeline over here, because animation, you can do animation over here, is for another episode. Okay, as you can see, I have a my source materials here, so the material from previous episode, and there's also a dashed line around it and a dashed circle with a big F, which stands for the which represents the full screen. And over here you can actually change, as you can see at the right top, it will also change the size of our window. You can change the size of it and you can move it around. So this is panning and this is cropping. And if you mess it up, so this is not the right size, right movement, you can just right click on this thing and press restore. To the left there are a couple of properties. As you can see, the precision, the width of our screen is 1920 to 1080, and it's centered in the middle, of course. Rotation is still 0 degrees, smoothness 0, maintain aspect ratio, yes, stretch to fill frame, you can turn, that's over here, so size about, and the workspace, so I'm zooming currently at 1%, and I can also zoom at 800%. Okay. So how do we now actually correctly scale the material? Well, if you press the Alt key and you scale it from the right corner, you can see that it doesn't scale it from the middle, rather instead it scales it from the left top. So now we can actually position it right about here. This is just like that, and you can see that the black border is gone. There's a couple of more options to do, because you can also, over here you see lock aspect ratio. If I now scale it down, of course Ctrl Z works over here as well. If I scale it down, it retains the aspect ratio, and if I remove that, as you can see, I can also scale it down like this. You can even scale it down negatively, but it will just mirror your source material. So let's restore it and actually drag this out again. So press Alt, or I forgot to do this. That's why I always keep those on, because if you hold Control, you can override the aspect ratio scaling, and if you hold Alt, you can override the resize from middle. Okay, one last thing is that you can also change the pivot point of your your pan and crop over here with the X center and the Y center. As you can see, if I fill in 0 over here, then there's a dot over here that determines from where it's going to rotate. So if I now rotate it, you do that by pressing the circle over here, it will rotate it around the pivot point. You get a different rotation, as like a note card that you flip from the front to the back like this. It flips in, and that will actually make your rotations a bit more interesting if you do this on multiple sources. And that's it for panning and cropping. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more, make sure to let me know down below in the comments what you think of this series, and subscribe to get notified of any other videos, of course, I upload. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.